9/17, or the work session meeting minutes of 10/14. Motion to take it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sandy, do you have a financial statement for us?
This is the financial report for September. Each department should be at 75% of their expenditure budget used. Departments over budget as of September 30th are Superior Court at 81%, the Sheriff's Office at 76%, the Detention Center at 78%, and Probation at 77%. Overall, we are at 45% of the total revenue budget received and 60% of the total expenditure budget used. Total revenue received to date, $29,239,210. Total expenditures to date, $39,365,300.
Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Does that mean we've used the tandem?
Oh, we haven't had a TAN for several years now.
That's what I thought. I mean, didn't you say we spent 39 and we've taken in 29?
Yes, but the biggest part of our revenue comes in the fourth quarter of the year.
And the overage that we spend just comes from our reserve and revenue, indigent fund. But we've been very pleased not to have TAN for the last
I
few
mean, I
years.
sometimes spend more than in my account, but not that much.
Well, most all of our funding comes in the last 2 months. Okay, thank you, Sandy. We have recognitions that we want to make. I'm gonna have Sheriff Nicholson come up and tell us all about this, pretty special individual.
Thank y'all very much for giving us the time in this meeting. We don't make a habit, although here lately we have had a couple of these. We don't make a habit out of giving recognitions and awards for just anything, because we have a job to do, and the guys and men and women of the agency do that job on a daily basis. But when something stands out to the point that we get a letter from another entity recognizing them, we like to recognize that. And I will say, for all the commissioners' benefit, I have a new budget negotiator this year. He's the one that's back there chewing on that rubber thing.
You have learned well.
Honestly, that dog scares the
I
devil out of me.
can't say no to a dog.
Yes, well, he scares me. I'm throwing y'all a curveball. Y'all were aware of one, and I'm going to throw you a curveball and do two quick. Let's see, I'm looking for the date. It will, October 1st of this year, we received a letter from Jason Bryant and Terrence Evans of the fire department. Some of y'all that's in the room may remember the years past with the working relationships between the sheriff's office and the fire department was not that great. I would like to read this letter. Is this a microphone? Okay. I would like to read this letter. It is my privilege to formally recognize Officer Jimmy Jones of the Gilmer County Sheriff's Office for his outstanding assistance and dedication during a recent search and rescue mission conducted by our departments. Officer Jones demonstrated exceptional professionalism, teamwork, and commitment in helping locate a missing victim during this critical operation. I'll stop right there and say this is when Charles Hyde, he's well known to those of us that have been here for a long time. Charles Hyde was one of the most kind and helpful people that's ever probably resided in this county. He would do anything for anyone. Well, he suffers from an illness now, and he had wandered off from home. Back to the response, effective coordination, and situational awareness played a pivotal role in the successful outcome of the mission. His actions reflect great credit upon himself and the Gilmer County Sheriff's Office and the broader public safety community. On behalf of the Gilmer County Fire and Rescue and Search and Rescue teams, I extend sincere appreciation for Deputy Jones' exemplary service and invaluable support. His contribution serves as a model of interagency cooperation and dedication to the safety and well-being of our citizens. We are presenting him with a certificate of commendation for exceptional dedicated service on Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, during the search for an elderly dementia patient who went missing from his home. Officer Jones demonstrated exceptional professionalism, teamwork, and commitment in helping to locate the critical missing person. His swift response, effective coordination, and situational awareness played a pivotal role in the successful outcome of the situation. Officer Jones's actions reflect great credit upon himself and the Gilmer County Sheriff's Office and the broader public safety community. Awarded this 15th day of October 2025. Jimmy, would you come up? We appreciate you. Yes, sir. You coming up here on this.
Congratulations.
Now, if I can get through this one without getting bit. I'm sure everybody in the room is aware looking for the date when this happened. The night of September 12th going into September 13th up in McCaysville, Georgia. A McCaysville police officer was shot in the face by an assailant. And so there was a massive manhunt. Luckily, the officer survived the incident, and he has some recovery to do, but it's my understanding that he wants to continue his career with McCaysville, and they certainly want to have it. There was a massive manhunt. Agencies from all over Georgia, North Georgia specifically, were up there. There were multiple K-9 teams, drones. We had drones in the air. We had K-9s and K-9 handlers up there, and a lot of stuff going on. And it was going to be less than 24 hours. Well, let me back up. That night when this happened, and we learned of the incident, Sergeant Ridings, it's my understanding, Sergeant David Ridings had worked his shift and was either at home or going home when he learned of this, and he knew that he didn't even have to ask him when, and assisted and stayed there throughout the night and the next day while they were looking for running tracks. When these things happen, you'll have citizens, and they mean well, but they're calling in everybody that sees a leaf move in their yard will call, and so all these things have to be checked out, and that's what was going on for probably 12 plus hours until they had a report. Sergeant Ridings and his K-9 Milo were in the area, and they responded along with the police chief of McCaysville and I believe the police chief of Blue Ridge, and a couple of more folks. They encountered an individual, and he was not complying. He was not complying with their commands, and Sergeant Ridings said, "Y'all watch out." And he unleashed Milo, and shortly after, the suspect was in custody. The next week or so, I received a letter from Ken Howard, a special agent charged of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, who was, the GBI was handling the actual investigation of the case of the officer being shot. It's my understanding that multiple people got a very similar letter, and that's the appropriate thing to do. A very similar letter, but my letter regarding David Ridings and Milo has one sentence, and I'll highlight that one sentence when we get there, that the other ones did not, and we're very proud of this. Most of all, we're proud that the suspect is in jail, and the officer is going to survive. Dear Sheriff Nicholson, Gilmer County Sheriff's Deputy Sergeant David Ridings and K-9 partner Milo merit commendation for their contributions in tracking and apprehension of suspect Timothy Ramsey in the shooting of the McCaysville Police Department Captain Brantley Worley. Their expertise and dedication were instrumental in the tracking of the suspect, and their efforts contributed to the suspect's quick apprehension. During this rapidly evolving situation, their professionalism and commitment did not go unnoticed. Sergeant Ridings and Milo cleared multiple houses, barns, outbuildings, and wooded lots, thus providing a safety net for law enforcement officers participating in the manhunt. Their commitment to applying relentless pressure within the assigned search grid forced the suspect to break cover, which ultimately resulted in his arrest. Right here is the sentence that not everybody got. Sergeant Ridings and Milo participated directly in the arrest when Milo pursued and detained the fleeing fugitive. The actions of your team, equipped with limited information, were precise, timely, and professional. It's only through the selfless commitment of law enforcement officers like Sergeant Ridings and K-9 Milo that this outcome was possible. On behalf of the GBI, I commend Sergeant Ridings and K-9 Milo for their invaluable efforts in support of this manhunt. So we want to present Sergeant Ridings with a certificate of commendation. And as long as the dog won't bite me, bring him too.
That is one big dog.
Oh, let him give a kiss. He sure does like his calm.
Yeah, other people like it too.
We like those recognitions, Sheriff, so you can get them anytime.
Okay. Unfinished business.
Charlie.
Who is this? Emma Wills? Okay, would you like to tell us about the bus driver?
Thank you guys for having me. I am Emma Wills. I'm so grateful to be here, and I just wanted to come and thank you guys for recognizing our drivers this week. Next week, October 20th through 24th, is National School Bus Safety Week. So we're really excited. I've got 4 of my drivers here out of 48 who are driving every single day. So we're just super grateful that you are taking the time to recognize the important work that they do in getting all of our students to and from school safely, and not just school, so many activities every day. We know that you recognize and appreciate the work that our drivers do, but we're just grateful that the county appreciates appreciates what they're doing, throughout the school system, throughout the school year, in keeping our students safe, making sure that our law enforcement is helping us with when people run stop signs, so that stops are not dangerous for our kids in our community, and just all of those different ways. So we just want to encourage people to celebrate with us and participate in awareness of National School Bus Safety Week next week. We're gonna be doing different things to celebrate our drivers and the work that they do, but also just to bring awareness that when you see a bus, you need to slow down and watch out, because we are carrying the most precious cargo. So I'm excited to be here, and I have a long proclamation, but I don't think you guys wanna hear me read it. But I appreciate the opportunity that you guys came and gave us the platform to recognize our drivers, and there are many more of them that you don't see, as well as coaches and teachers who are driving as well. So thank you for the platform.
Emily, you said you had 48 drivers in total. How many buses do we have?
We have about 65, and that's just 48 that are driving every single day. So we have 46 route drivers, like my friends back here, Sue Stanley, Sonia Hadaway, Callie Howell, and Randy Siebold. They are driving routes all over different sides of the county. We also have Dr. Claudia Finland, who is on the LJ City Council. She drives the shuttle bus for us every day. And then we have, on top of all of those regular drivers, we have coaches and teachers and maintenance workers. So it's really a big organism. And then on top of that, we have monitors who ride on our special ed buses, and then have a great team of mechanics who make sure that the wheels on the bus keep rolling. So we're really grateful for them as well.
Last question, I'm gonna put you on the spot. How many miles do they drive every day?
Oh gosh, I couldn't tell you. I know that Philip Clark, he drives our longest route every day, and I think that he does over 50 a week. That's a week, I think. No, that might be a day. That's a day. That's a day. Yeah, no, he's going all over Big Creek and all over way back. He goes all the way to the Dawsonville line and has to turn around there, and we've got people all over the place. It's a big county, you guys, I'm sure you know. So we're happy to provide services to all those students. So
Awesome.
thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Can I go shake your hand? Sorry.
Yeah, can we have a photo op? Can we have a, grab my phone, Sonia, please? We'll take a quick, if you don't want to. I appreciate you guys for having me. Come on, John.
Can we do it over here?
Yeah, we
Can
can
we
do it
right
here.
here?
You want us to come around the back?
No, just keep, we'll be on this side.
Yes, very nice to meet you. And your name? Jackson.
You've been writing letters.
Are we blocking out? Can you see?
Let's see. Let's
Make
do,
a
let's
window.
do maybe a couple on this, don't step this way.
You want us to pop in between?
Make a
Can you get
window.
that?
You can.
Sorry, I'm trying. John,
Does that work?
go between those other two ladies.
If you want my suggestion, I'd get over to the corner with the flag.
We were trying
We'll
to.
just.
No, Charlie.
Charlie, I got you. I'm sorry.
We're good. No, we're good. We can just take
Y'all,
off.
John and Charlie and Carly squeeze in, and y'all just stay right where you're going.
Okay, you go ahead and get yours and then I'll get mine. Sorry, Joan. You wanted a picture of me, didn't
It's
you?
all right, I'm not important.
Sure you are. Right, hang on. Cheese. We have one more.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all. We appreciate it.
You're on the record.
So many suggestions.
is get y'all stuff, so let's have a discussion on it. We have to take action on that, but I'd like to see what y'all's thoughts were.
Charlie, I'm gonna be honest, I need more time to look over it.
Okay,
I apologize, but I have not looked over it well enough.
okay. We will, if it works for y'all, we'll put it on the next agenda for whatever the next meeting we have.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, we're good on that. We have, one rezoning. W. Curry Ashley from C1 Commercial to R2 Residential High Density. One of the things that I heard mentioned recently was that if this is approved, the next sentence we'll see apartments here. I don't think that can happen without another rezoning. Because R2, I don't believe.
I do understand.
Right.
Okay, I had a comment today that if this is approved from C1 to R2, that the next thing would be we'd see apartments there.
No,
I don't think that can happen without another rezoning.
no. What Mr. Ashby has, sir, is on Keller Road, he had a garage with an apartment above. And, I can't remember exactly the acreage, but just that acreage, that building, he wants to change, and it was zoned commercial. He wants to change that, to, I believe it's R2, in order for him to, apply for permits to convert the entire building to a dwelling. That's,
For his personal dwelling is what he says.
yeah, his personal
But
dwelling.
just to be clear though, if he wanted to put an apartment building there,
No.
that would be a whole different,
Oh, so
zone.
be a whole different, R2 is single family.
Right.
And he's eligible for R2 because he's got the public water there on Elder Road.
Okay.
But yeah, for apartments, that brings up, and he doesn't have enough land. That particular tract of land is, just an acre or.
1117, I believe is what he
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Okay,
No.
that being the case, I'm good.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we follow the recommendation of our planning board, and, motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Brings us to citizens wishing to speak. Anybody that wants to speak on any topic?
In fact, I have something I'd like to
If
say.
you get up again,
I'm getting up.
I'm gonna.
I didn't come to the work session, I gotta make it. And I'll stay within the time restriction. Regarding the organizational chart, I as a citizen have not seen that.
It's on our
That's
website.
number 2.
It's on-
Okay, would think that might be made available at the meeting, at least tonight, for us to look at.
We-
Okay,
we
but
can't
I'm
make
gonna move
everything in the
past
world available to
I'm
you.
going-
We put it on the website.
You never make things available to me, I have to work
It's on
for
the
all, we had
website.
this discussion earlier. Okay, the resolution on the annual update of the capital improvements element, I'd like to see that, I have not seen that, you're gonna vote on that tonight as a citizen, I'm gonna sit here while you vote on that, and I will not have seen that. Discussion and possible action, letter support for the city of LJ for application, Department of Natural Resources, I don't know what that is, I don't know what the pays for, I
How long
don't,
have you known that we were going to do this tonight?
I'm sorry?
How long have you known that we were going to do these tonight? You look at the
What
agenda.
if I've known for a week?
Then you should, if you didn't,
What if
You
I've
haven't
known for,
seen it.
what if I'm just finding about it now?
because it, well,
The information should be made available to the citizens. Okay, the,
if you knew about
discussion,
it for a week,
let me,
then.
I'll just finish, I can get out of here quicker and let you guys move on with your meeting if you just let me finish.
Well,
The
okay.
discussion of possible action and hazardous waste, fund application, not seeing that. Discussion of possible action consideration to adopt the revised zoning map. Well, there's a whole big stack over there. Y'all gonna vote to pass that tonight. I don't know if that changes our zoning or just updates it, like Jim says. I don't know. Adoption of, I'll just take his word for it, like I will with SPOS. Adoption of first reader for the public right of way. We have that. Thank you for that. The adoption of first reader, no parking areas ordinance. Thank you for that, for providing that. But you all are going to vote on making decisions that are going to impact the citizens of Gilmer County, and the information has not been readily made available to the citizens. Thank you.
Okay, I have to comment on that. You obviously are adamant that we're not being transparent because you haven't seen this, you haven't seen that. You know, it's a two-sided coin here. If you know we're gonna vote on something and you haven't seen it, shoot me an email. I'll send it to you. Here's the thing though, your whole thing is you shouldn't have to do that.
Sir,
We should make it
I
about-
sent
No,
two
wait a minute.
emails
I'll let
at
you
Glennis
talk.
since I've been sitting in
I'll
this
let
room.
you talk, Kimberly. Now you're gonna let me talk.
I believe that.
Your whole thing is that you shouldn't have to ask. We should put it out there for you. We go through just an ungodly number of things here all the time, and most of them have big impacts on Gilmer County. I can't, first of all, I can't give you everything. I know the citizens portal would do that, but as I mentioned the other night, we don't have that kind of money, and it's 6 figures for
We've
that.
got
It's 6 figures for.
7 figures for other facilities and projects.
Yeah, well, we prioritize.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, I can't decide for you what you haven't seen or need to see or whatever. You have email, I have email. I have never, ever in my life, since I've been in this job, turned anybody down for anything they've asked for if it wasn't something that I wasn't allowed to give them. Shoot me an email, Charlie, I don't have this, the meeting's coming up. The next email you get will have it on there.
I don't have a problem contacting Sandy. I've contacted Sandy a couple times this week, and one a few times this week.
Did you get what you asked for?
They are very accommodating, and I appreciate Sandy and Edwina, and I think I make that very clear on
But why
every
do you not
occasion that I
say
can to
here?
them. But I put in hundreds of hours of my life to gather information from this county, when you could
Well-
very easily satisfy. I have a right to know, sir.
And you have
Citizens
never
of
been
the,
refused to know. I mean, give me an example.
what is there something, what?
Give me an example when I refused to give you some
I've
information.
not made an accusation that you have refused me any information. What I'm saying is, you are selective about what information is made readily available to the citizens of Gilmer County.
As is every commission, I believe, in the state of Georgia.
I'm only talking to this one, this is the one I live in.
You're asking for an unrealistic thing. We can't make sure that you have at your fingertips everything that comes through every meeting of this commission, short of a citizen portal. And yeah, we spend more than that on other things, but those other things, in my mind, carry a higher weight than a citizen's portal.
I want you to think about this. You've got a county attorney, you've got 2 post commissioners, you've got a clerk, you've got a financial person, you've got a planning and zoning person. You know who works in my business to handle all of that administration? Kimberly Reckless. I'm a one-person operation here. Y'all can help out a little more.
And we're happy to do that. All you have to do is just tell us where you want the help.
I just told you, if you will just provide the same,
No, to say every
Documents.
single thing is not telling us. What you're saying is.
when you have
everything-
something you're going to vote on, that's going to make an impact in my life, and everything you vote on impacts my life, FYI, you should make that information available without me having to go and make 17 phone calls and track down drawings from planning and zoning and legal documents from, financial documents and everything else from all over the county. You all run me ragged, okay? And if I'm cantankerous, it's because y'all made me this way. I'm fed up, if you can't.
Well,
And if you want me to go away, you'll start providing some information. That portal might be worth it to get me off your backs.
don't tempt me.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
day been able to print out the things and looked at them.
And I don't disagree that, you know, it'll be a simple enough thing just to put it all on the website, and I'm happy to do that. Where I have a problem is being told that we're not transparent.
Okay.
I don't believe that's the case.
So I would say that anything I've ever asked for from anybody in the county has always been provided. So I'm not saying that it's not,
Oh, I
but I
understand.
am agreeing that when I see this and all this stuff's gonna be done at the meeting, you know, then I have to send emails, and you all aren't glued to your computers, so if you didn't get it, or if somebody's off that day, it's just, it'd be easier if I didn't have to bother anybody is all.
And in terms of what we're gonna vote on at the meeting, you know, it'd be easy enough to put that on the website, and I don't have a bit of problem in the world with that. The idea that everything going has to be
Right,
put out there is just not feasible.
I know, I ask for a lot of things that nobody else thinks about.
You do, but as long as you get it,
Right.
good. Thank you, Joey.
I don't know how it works as far as what we pay our website lady, but the more we have her putting things on there,
It'll be cheaper than a citizen's court line, guarantee that. And I looked into that.
well, it's much cheaper to email,
Oh, yeah.
just saying.
Okay, well,
Oh, that's. So you have to pay somebody, you all don't maintain the
Right.
website.
We have a lady that does our website for us.
Oh, I totally
So
now
anything
understand
that's
that.
on the website, I send to her and she uploads it.
and the cost of the website is primarily based on how much storage we put up on it.
Right, I'm in charge of the website at Cedar Key, and I'm going through that exact problem. So-
And that's what the problem was with the idea of the citizens portal, because like I said, Liv and I like the idea. But if we're gonna put everything on there, there's so much, you know, we're talking about not just gigabytes of information. I mean, it would just be, the cost for storage alone, to put all the documents up there would be enormous.
I'm not a technical person per se, but there's such a thing within Google as a shared document that you could have open access that was just those documents. In other words, not anything else, only something you send there, and you could also then pull it back. But then anyone that went on that site, I don't know exactly how anybody would know to go there, but your technical people would know if that was possible.
We could advertise to tell people how to go there. The problem is if you're putting everything up there. What
Right.
you are recommending is a good solution for how to put it there. But if everything's gonna go up there.
No,
then-
I wouldn't, this wouldn't take the place of the portal, it would just be
Oh, I see what you're
what's for this meeting. In other words, on the website.
On the website.
Yes, on the
Just for this
website,
meeting
it
and
could
then
tell
take it.
you to go to Google, whatever, and there are the documents for this
Yeah.
meeting.
I like that, because if I understand you properly, what you're saying is put a link on the website.
Yes, exactly, yes,
I like that. So we could put a link that just says.
exactly. So she would,
October meeting.
your administrator would add the link that would take you to that shared Google file. And you all control it, but it's got public access, so you're only gonna put things that you hand out here at the meeting. And that would, we all could have access to it then, we just go down the list of which one we wanted to look at.
You see how easy that was? Well, anyway.
I can't find the problems and the solutions.
You can't
Touche.
find what? Oh,
You got it. Okay. I like that idea, and we'll try to get that implemented.
okay.
Thank you. All right, anybody else under citizens wishing to speak? Okay, if not. Resolution to approve the amended organizational chart. I have one quick comment here. The chart that you've got does not indicate that the short-term rental is its own department, and I know that unless things have changed, we are kind of down that path. approve the chart, organization chart as it is now, with the stipulation that, once, if short-term rental is made its own department, that, it'll still be approved for 271 issue.
What changed from the one we did in like January? Have we done one since January?
No, not that I
What's on this one?
That one right there, the information didn't necessarily change, the format changed because Patrick did a much more attractive, professional.
We actually did approve one in January, resolution 25007.
Yeah, we always approve it the first of the year, but what's changed about this one though is that Patrick just did it in a more professional manner.
I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. I make the motion to approve this organization chart.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Can I make another motion that, if we, add short-term rental as a department, that one change on it would be approved as well?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll amend my motion and,
That's two different motions, I think.
Well,
Do we
the
need
second
two
motion.
different
oh, second.
Yeah, Charlie actually made a motion, I
Yeah.
thought, and I was just waiting on a second, so on the short term.
Second, yeah.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
We
Aye.
already
Aye.
have one.
Who, Charlie, John?
John, yeah.
All right, okay, discussion and possible action on approval of 911 signs for residences. The big question there is it mandatory? No, it is not. It would just allow anybody that wanted one to order one.
I make a motion, we approve that.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution to adopt the 2025-2026 annual update of the capital improvement element for Gilmer County and the cities of Villages and East Villages. This is something that we have to do, and we are on the deadline for that. I make a motion that we do approve that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion and possible action of letter of support for city of Villages. David, are we holding off on this one?
No, you can go ahead.
You can go ahead, okay. Application to the Department of Natural Resources, Georgia Outdoor Stewardship Program Grant. Carleen, this is yours.
Yes, we're just writing a support letter on the behalf of the city in support of them finding a additional park space.
Okay. Is that in the form of a motion?
That is, yes, I heard that in the form of a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion and possible action on hazardous waste fund, waste trust fund application for reimbursement. This is, for the tires. Make a motion that be approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Discussion and possible action of consideration to adopt the revised zoning map. We want to vote on this now or wait till you show us the changes or what?
Well, the changes were, and I want to say something to Kimberly. The work session yesterday, we went through this agenda in detail, did we not?
I can't
make every
meeting.
Yeah. As I explained yesterday in the work session, what we are required to do, the planning and zoning office, what we are supposed to do, is every time there is a update of our joint comprehensive plan, of which Kimberly sat in and others did, we are required, now we provide the detailed zoning electronically through the tax assessor's office and the program called QPublic. But we're also required to prepare a printed map every time the joint comprehensive plan is updated. We have for you, we've been working since June. We have for you the printed version of our date is June 23rd of 25. So what you all have to do is pass the resolution adopting this version of our zoning as of June 23rd, 25, to make it official and sign.
Okay. And where do those stay?
Pardon?
Where do you store those?
In the planning and zoning office, we have that printed map that is in our drafting room. If someone that is not computer literate or can't do it, then we can go back and show them that zoning map. There's 167 pages of that index. So that is available at all times. But anyhow, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
I did go by yesterday and it's a great map. I'm glad we have it. And Jim answered a lot of questions that I had about it, so it's a great asset.
Were there any major changes?
Jolene, what we do the changing, every time they took action tonight, approving one change, and that change will be electronically recorded in Q Public as soon as we get the resolution. Also, one of the things that we have is and I'll be happy to show you all, we have a log or a chart that will list from the date of their adoption, every change that was made until the next time.
So there is a list that shows from the last time
Sure,
to this
I'll
time.
be happy to show.
Okay.
No, there isn't now, but there will be.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, well, there is now, it just doesn't include this one, right? Yeah.
No, it doesn't include, yeah, we're always trying to play catch up with the updated amount, the printed amount. The electronic version is updated as soon as we get the action on the part of the Board of Commissioners and the resolution from the county attorney.
So if I understand what you're saying, then these printed maps are just updated to reflect all the changes, the rezonings that we've done here. Since the last printed maps were
That
made.
is correct.
But the electronic
That
versions,
is correct.
you're making, the printed maps match the electronic maps, which are accurate.
The printed maps will match the electronic maps for a while,
Well, yeah,
But-
as of,
June 25th.
yeah,
as of today.
as of today,
The
correct,
printed maps will
Right.
match.
right.
So all we're doing right now is we're updating the printed maps to match the electronic.
That is
And at
correct.
some point in the future, we'll need to do that again because there'll be more electronic.
Every 5 years, we are supposed to do the printed maps.
And there's a log like he's talking about that's on the front, so you can see if the section you're looking at or piece of property, you can see that,
Yeah.
that property was changed at this date.
Make a motion that be approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adoption of first reader of the public right of way ordinance.
Did you mean budget?
Oh, well, I checked it off, does that count?
No, because Ron will come in here to his.
Okay. Discussion of possible action on budget amendments. This would be for, I had it written down on the sheet, I didn't bring this.
Horizontal log splitters,
Horizontal log shredder. And it's one of those examples that we talked about, Ryan has some money in his budget to buy this, but that particular item wasn't one of the items listed that he could spend that money for. So,
This actually, not to interrupt you, but this is actually 2024 capital money that he had not spent.
right,
So we're just carrying it forward to
yeah,
this year.
yeah, but even carrying it forward, this item was one of the items that he could spend. So this budget amendment, that I'm about to propose as an amendment and motion,
log splitter cost?
About $400,000, but it's used. It's not a new one, it's used, and the new one was gonna be astronomically more.
It sounds more like a tree splitter instead of a log splitter.
We were paying a lot to take these logs away, because we didn't have a shredder anymore.
Every time, a tree goes down for any reason and we have to go out and clean it up, we have to take it to, Pickens County and pay
It
them.
will actually save money, Joanne. I can tell you from experience, they haul the trees, brush, and everything to an approved inert landfill on Whitestone Road. With this piece of equipment, what they will be able to do is a lot of those tree trunks and things like that, they'll be able to grind them into mulch.
And by the way, there's a big demand for that. For a long time, we had a big mulch pile out at the rodeo, and people would come get it. and,
Give it away free.
Yeah, and, we don't have that anymore, and they're saying, where is it? So, we don't have it because we don't have any way of.
So that'll come back?
Yeah, we'll be able to build that back up again for
I'll
people to
tell
use.
Ryan that I
At the same time,
volunteered.
at the same time, we're not having to pay another facility to take
Right,
it.
okay.
But it was not one of those items that was approved to use that money on, so that's why we have to do this.
Well, now I see why it's a big deal. I mean, a log splitter normally is a couple thousand.
Yeah, this is not that.
Yeah.
Shredder,
This is,
not a splitter, a shredder.
this is for the big boys.
Okay,
It's a shredder.
right, okay.
Thank you. Now, adoption of the first reader of public right-of-way ordinance, which I also had already checked on. Is there any discussion of that?
Motion that we approve the adoption of the first reader.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adoption of first reader of no parking areas ordinance. Then make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I understand we need a very short executive session.
Time.
Then a motion to go into executive session with no action anticipated.
Okay.
What is it?
Property.
Is there a second?
Second.